I'll push out a full piece to begin with. A white pellet, exactly the same size I believe as the old PK, and I'm going to pop that in my mouth. And with the second piece, I'm going to, with my trusty scissors, cut that in half in one long cut. Put the scissors to one side and fairly close. So I'm going to pop that half piece in my mouth. Push in that piece in there. Oh, there it is there. Pop it in there. Save that for later. Before I put that away, it's really extra. It's spearmint. It's sugar free. I've actually been enjoying this gum. I sort of prefer this gum to the sugar-free PK. Okay. Put that to one side now. So I'm doing a map of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Or is it Herzegovina? Anyway. I've got my power bank and I'll push in. There's 100%. Push in the cord. This is for my light board 2, 3. There we go. Push the power bank to one side. And I'm going to trace around the map of Bosnia and Herzegovina. I would pronounce it Herzegovina, but I have this tendency reading it. It's Herzegovina, but I seem to always I've heard it pronounced as Herzegovina. Oh well. I might be able to do this without turning the map, I think. Around, I'll see. I have a short list of countries that I want to do the map of, over the next little while. Bosnia and Herzegovina are on that short list. I suppose down there somewhere, but I was kind of, in a way, glad that I got a map. Unless I suppose there, but I don't think so. But to find out what their country is here before I say that. Okay, so Croatia's this. Oh, there's the border there. I was wondering why I couldn't see it there, but it sort of comes down like so. Oh, and I think that little piece there allows Bosnia and Herzegovina access to this back to the ocean, which is called the Adriatic Sea. That's it. I think I could see that. There's lots of islands along there too. I think that's all pretty good. Yes, I was planning to do this video. Record it last week and release it last weekend. But I think that's right. But I was just feeling really poorly last week. I was just tired and I just didn't really have any motivation to make a video and edit it, so thanks to everybody for their support. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lift the map up here and check out this detail there, but I'll probably edit this bit out and make sure that I've got all these islands done correctly. Okay, so I'll do that now. That all looks pretty good. Okay, so obviously Croatia continues up there. Serbia finishes down there somewhere, but just concentrating at the moment on Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, so what I'll do now, with the magic of editing, I'll take out the light board and come back and start coloring in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, in 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm back. And the Croatian map sort of continues up here for a little way, like that roughly. And so up the top here is Croatia. Over here is Serbia. Over here is Montenegro. And I believe this is going to be Albania here. And I've done a map on, I did a map on Albania a little while ago. Actually what I'll do, I'll write up here Bosnia and Herzegovina, and this is where I'll do all my, facts. Well, you don't know, but this is where I'll do my facts up here. that's Serbia, but that gives me space to write whatever facts I'm going to write about Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, so what I was going to say actually, with the demise of Windows 10 on my PC, I bought myself I bought myself a second-hand Windows 11 machine, and then because the experts are saying the chance of getting hacked, even though I run a virus buster program, Trend, T-R-E-N-D, because they're not doing updates anymore to Windows 10 from the 14th of October. So I bought myself a second-hand Windows 11 machine that's I've actually I could have bought myself a new one, I suppose, but I don't need a powerful machine, just for a powerful PC, that is for a bit of I do a bit of internet searching, internet banking. But what I do need, I need a program to run my the VSDC, my video editing software. That and then I record the sound with Audacity. So those programs need, I'm pretty sure they'll only run on a Windows machine. So I was looking about converting it to a Chrome. But once you get to Chrome, then you can't run any of your other programs, which you might need, so I had to bite the bullet and get a new machine, which is sort of disappointing in some ways, when the old machine was working perfectly. A little gap there, I think. Oh, what I forgot to write is Adriatic Sea, didn't I? It was a bit disappointing when my old machine was working fine, my old PC, and then suddenly having to get a new one, well, a second-hand one, which is why I think I bought it. A second-hand, it was only, in the end it was only $100 so last of the big spenders. tested it. It seems to be working properly, so I'm hopeful that it's all going well. But I suppose if it doesn't, then you won't know, because if the sound doesn't work, this video will have to be re-recorded and put onto re-recorded before putting on to YouTube. So with the audacity for the sound, it's a free version, but there's no option to pay for a subscription. But with the VSTC for the video editing, there's an option. You can get the paid subscription, and it costs me not much. I think it's less than $30 for the year, which is fine. Some people have told me, I should use this editor and that editor. But it's sort of it's a lot to learn a whole new program. It takes a long time. I got called up for jury service. I'm going to talk about Bosnia eventually, I think. I was sitting in this big room waiting for nothing to happen, sort of thing. I think we were there got there at 8:30. Got your name marked off. And then eventually by 12 they said they didn't want us and we could all go home. But anyway, I sort of got talking to one of the sheriffs that worked at the court, and he said that he was into YouTube. I think he might done gaming videos, I can't remember. And he recommended that I use, he said VSTC is not as good as the program he was using. Which he might be right about, but I won't have a look at it. But I thought to myself, I've got to learn a whole new program. So, whatever I can use my VSTC, then I'll continue on with it. So happy to pay the yearly subscription. And support them in producing what I think is quite a good program. I think I've been paying the subscription for many years now, so I can't really remember, but I've got a feeling that when you finish the editing and you hit Muslim. The Serbians are Eastern Orthodox. Orthodox, yep. And then the Croats are Catholics. And that's actually interesting. Well, not interesting, but that's a sort of a key determiner as to why. I'll just put that colour the blue right into there. It's a sort of a key determiner about why it's sort of not two countries, but two sort of sections or regions have come together to form one country, because in the past there's been a lot of wars based on ethnicity, and so by creating one unified country with Bosniaks, Serbs and Croats all part of it, then and all having political representation, it's created one sort of peaceful country that's got a history of problems. So just so you know, that's Croatia coming down like that, a big sort of a scoop down. And I tried to work out which part might have been Bosnia and which part might have been Herzegovina, but they sort of said the south, north, south, east and west, was kind of historically was more of a kingdom of Herzegovina, and the top might have been more Bosnia, but there's not really any definite lines. There's all this area around here and up the top, which is called Republika Srpska, which is SRP SKA, Srpska, I suppose. Probably be right how I do it. And has been more Serbian parts in the past, but anyway. So that's that. So it was part of, just to jump back, just sort of recent history, it was part of the Ottoman Empire. Let's put pencils. And then in 1878, Austria-Hungary was occupied. And after World War I, it was incorporated into Yugoslavia. And then after World War II in 1946, it became the socialist little skip around that socialist federation of Yugoslavia, and coastline still comes out to here, roughly. And that just allows Bosnia and Herzegovina access to the ocean shipping and things. I remember that from when I did the Croatian video. Got pins and needles in my feet. So that's held to this day, which is good. So I was trying to work out why the two countries came together. I think that's the reason. So Bosnians and Serbs and Croatians can all get on and never saw that fellow on television. In the early 90s, his name was Radovan. Karadak. I know, Karazik. He had the hair on his head that sort of stood up very tall. Thick hair on his head. And he was, I don't really know now. He seemed to be the aggressor, but I don't know if I should say that. What you sort of seem to think on TV. But anyway, hopefully I won't get any negative comments in negative comments about that comment. But anyway, although he did get arrested, I think recently they found him. Here's some big towns. I think I've only got a few towns on my map. I'm writing them in, but this one might be Benjaluka. Oh, that's okay. Benjaluka. and I started researching why does the country have two names? Two countries come together as one, which hopefully I've answered. And then there was the Bosnian War stuff was the two things I remembered. And then, see, when I did the Serbian map, sorry for Serbia, you've got a bit crowded out there, and the Croatian map, then that country in the middle. Okay, well, I'm sorry that this video is a week late, but hopefully I'm doing it now. It's ended up being a better quality. Hope you've enjoyed the new 1.5 pieces of extra. I actually find now after chewing this for 40 odd minutes that the gum lasts a bit longer, which is good. I've got a little clock, CLOCK there, little timer I should call it, yeah. That I start at the beginning of the video just to give me a guide how I'm going. It doesn't really make any difference, but it doesn't really make me speed up or slow down, it just gives me a guide. I'm going, so anyway, there we go. Another one ticked off the list of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, I'll wrap up the video now and say, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also don't forget to hype, HYPE, hype here. Not sure what's happening with that, but anyway. And if you want to, of course. Otherwise I'll wrap it up and say, what do I got to say? Thanks for, hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found it relaxing.